What's up, YouTube? So quickly, I want to show you a powerful indicator that you can use instead of moving averages. You see, moving averages is a lagging indicator. Apart from the fact that it's a lagging indicator, it only measures the average price over a period of time. But this indicator not only calculates the average price at within short period of time or based on your settings, it also calculates the volume. Okay, it determines how buyers and sellers are taking their like the volume of the trades being taken. Okay, so the indicator is actually very powerful, and it's not a lagging indicator like moving average. It's a leading indicator, and I can simply tell you that if you use this indicator, you are going to get either on lower time frame or higher time frame. In fact, in this video I will show you how to use the indicator on lower time frame if you want to scalp, if you want to day trade, and I will show you how to use it on higher time frame if you want to swing trade the using the indicator. It's actually a very powerful tool, and I will suggest to watch this video to the end so that you can integrate it into your trading system or use it completely. And yeah, basically I will take you to my computer screen now. Please, for the effort put in the video, try and like the video. It's going to help the video a lot. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe because you are going to learn new thing. Okay, so let's move to my computer screen and get down to it.
Okay, so we are on my computer screen now, and I want us to look at the indicator. So the first thing is, I said earlier that I'm going to show you how to use this indicator on a lower time frame and on higher time frame. So we are going to, the settings for these time frames are different. Okay, so we are going to start with the lower time frame because I want to show you the setting for different time frames. I have actually removed the indicators from my chart, so I'm going to add it so that you can see how it's being done. So you come to indicator, just click on indicator and just type VWAP, um, VWAP, yeah, like this, VWAP, yeah. So when you type VWAP, you pick this one that is above here, this what's it called, volume weighted average price, this particular one. Click on it and then you get it on your chart. Okay, this is the indicator, but you have to remove certain things, and then just let me just show you the setting basically. So right now you are going to edit the indicator. Okay, so let me right click on the indicator and then come to setting. Okay, so under setting, first of all you want to remove the upper band and the lower band. This upper band you remove it, lower band you remove it, this background fill you remove it, you leave the only the VWAP line, and this VWAP line is called volume weighted average price. Okay, so it actually calculates the average price and the volume of price. Okay, so that is why it is more powerful than moving average, because moving average only calculates for average price, but this one puts into consideration the volume of trade being taken and all that. So yeah, so when you do this, then you come to this input for lower time frame, like 15 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, yeah, all those 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. If you want to scalp, you want to leave this anchor period to section. Okay, you leave it to session. Okay, so you leave it to session and then you press okay. I would like to change the color of my VWAP. I love black color. I can probably see it. So I think that's all. So you leave it like that. Now I'm going to drop down to lower time frame so that you can better see the entry. Okay, so that you can better see good entry. So let me just put in lower time frames that you can. For example, I will use 30 minutes and let me just use 30 minutes and 15 minutes. Let me use yeah, let me just use 30 minutes and 15 minutes. It's the same thing for um 1 minute, 1 minute and the rest. So let's come to 4 hour. As you can see on 4 hour, okay, in this case, when you want to use this indicator, you want to look at the trend on 4 hour, what is actually going on. Okay, and as you can see, you see the market has pretty has been making some higher highs, higher lows. As you can see, it's moving to the upside. Okay, as you can see from here, pushing up higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and these higher highs that we have up here, okay, that is forming. Okay, so we definitely know for sure that we have an uptrend going on the 4-hour time frame. So when you identify this, the next thing you want to do is you want to now drop down to either 30 minutes or 15 minutes and look for entry. So let's drop down to 30 minutes, for example. Now let's drop down to um, um, let's drop out to 30 minutes. Okay, so on 30 minutes you want to look for a pullback into the VWAP. Okay, when you see pullback into the VWAP, you want to consider buy. Take for example, in this case now, you can actually take a buy position from here. All this consolidation that is happening on VWAP here is an avenue for you to also buy. So every pullback into the VWAP is an avenue for you to buy, except this consolidation. Okay, when you see consolidation, you want to stay away from the market. Okay, and then another thing that you want to also consider is the fact that since you know that the market is in an uptrend, whenever the price close above your VWAP, take for example, when the price close above VWAP here, you can also take a buy position. Okay, but I won't advise you to trade during inside or take trade inside consolidation. So you want to look for peer uptrend that is actually going on. Okay, so let's look for more opportunity. Okay, so we don't have clear trend that is visible, but all I want you to understand is that whenever you want to take let's say for example now the price goes up here. Okay, let me show you something quickly. Okay, so this is how you want to look at it. So now you see price move up here, okay, and then it retraces. Okay, you know that this is a buy. You are looking for buy opportunity because the trend is in an uptrend, like we have a bullish market. So first of all, here is a very good opportunity to buy. When the price will test your VWAP, you buy. Like here, this case is an example. Here is another example of buying of VWAP. But now let's assume that we have all this rally up and then the market pull back. Okay, when the market pull below VWAP like this, in most cases, it is telling you that people are this price is actually very cheap now. Based on the average price, it's actually very cheap, and you will see a lot of institutional traders trying to take a buy from that level. So you now what you want to do is that whenever you have a deep pull like this, you want to wait for price to close back into the VWAP, like this green banner, for example. As soon as it closes, you can take a buy position and just move your SL below here, and then you can take that trade like that. Okay, I don't even know where this is anyways. So you can take your trade like that. So let's use gold as an example so that we can better understand what we are saying, because gold has actually trended to both side recently. Okay, so you can look at gold now. For example, you can after you identify gold is actually a bullish market, so let's assume that you miss this opportunity, the market push up and then breaks down below it, and you are looking for buy because this is a bullish market. All you want to wait for is price to close back into the moving up into the VWAP. So here in this case, you can actually take a buy position and then hold your position. But if you miss the opportunity, you want to wait for the you can also wait for the price to retest your VWAP, to retest, like in this case now, to retest the VWAP, then wait for candlestick confirmation there, either weak rejection like impact or something like that, or bullish engulfing candle. Okay, so then you take your position and then you can hold it as long as you can. Okay, however, you want to make sure that as you are doing this, you also pay attention to support and resistance, major support and resistance from higher time frame, so that you don't buy into a resistance or sell into a support. I believe you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so in this case now, this is actually a very strong resistance on higher time frame, and as you can see.
Before we continue with the video, I want to say something quickly. You see, trading is very complex in the sense that it comprises a lot of things. There are so many things you need to master, like risk management, psychology, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and even the fundamental and technical analysis are very deep, deeper than you think. And the most important part, which has to do with psychology and risk management, are very, very important. So, for you to master all these things, understand all these things, because these are the things that determine determine if you are going to be successful in this field. So for you to determine, or for you to master all these things comprehensively and become a master yourself, you will probably have to take a comprehensive course. Okay, so if you intend to take my course, I will leave the link in the description. So check the description and take the course. If you finish this course, I believe you should be able to be a teacher of this particular field yourself and make consistent profit. So let's go back to the main video.
See market react over there and drop. So as soon as price close below VWAP here, you may want to consider selling here. But let's assume you are not so sure of what is going on here, and you are not so sure. Wait for the price to come back and retest, like in this case now. Then you can take a sell position. If you still see, based on what's going on higher time frame, that the market is still giving you some kind of bearish signal, when you see this pullback, what you want to wait for is the price to close back into the VWAP and take a short position. If that doesn't happen, you can wait for this kind of consolidation. As soon as price close back into it, then you can take your your sell signal. Now, if you look at this trade now, price is actually bouncing off from a support level right now, as at the time of making this video, and you can see that price has actually break above your VWAP. That is why it's a leading indicator and it's very powerful. You can see price has actually broke above the VWAP here. So this is an avenue for you to take a buy position. At least you can take a buy position and hold the trade to this particular level, or this particular level, maybe this particular level. When it's getting there, you can move your SL, because market can go and keep going. Okay, so that is how you want to use this particular tool on lower time frame. So let's consider using it now on higher time frame. So I want to remove those small time frame because I don't really use them. So okay, so let me go back to 4 hours. So for higher time frame, for swing trader, what you want to do is that this VWAP, you have to change the setting from that session. You have to, because I'm a swing trader, so I use it for swing, not for day trading or scalping. So we have to come back and change that setting. So come back to setting, and then you want to come back to this what's it called, you want to come back to input, and then this session you want to change it to week. Okay, what you are doing basically is telling the indicator to calculate the price and volume of the market within that week. Okay, within the trading week. Okay, so that is what basically that is what I want to know as a swing trader. Okay, so now similar principle applies to a similar principle applies what you do on lower time frame is what you do here. The only thing, let me say, one of the reasons why I like um, higher time frames is because it's pure. All those consolidation, all those noise that you saw earlier when we're doing lower time frame, you can see we don't see it here. Take for example, we have a double bottom here. As soon as price break above this, you take a buy position. You can see how neat the whole thing was. Okay, here we have a small consolidation. As soon as the viewer breaks back into the viewer, we can take a buy position. Here you can see the price come, leave a weak rejection here. This is an opportunity to buy, so you can buy. Okay, then the price touch a resistance here, and then after touching that resistance, you want to wait for confirmation. It breaks into the VWAP. You can actually take a sell here, okay, and you can see the price drop down, and then again it touched that same particular resistance. If you check this particular resistance here and this place, is actually a double top on daily. Look at it very well. You can see this is actually a double top, which is another price reverse pattern that gives you signal that this particular market is good, is going to drop. So as soon as it closes inside, probably you wait for this green candle to form so that you can pull back a little bit, and then you can take a sell. If you don't sell here, you can sell here. As you can see, the market is actually it actually sold. As you can see now, the price is at the gold is actually resting on a resistance, and then what you just want to wait for is probably a break into the above the into the VWAP, or you wait for double bottom rather, like this one here. Want double top double bottom price, because I combine mine with price action. As you can see here, this is a field double bottom. It's not an original double bottom, but at least I waited for the price to go above it before I take it. I don't use it before, but when I saw the power of this indicator, I started using it. If you've been following my channel, you know that I don't use anything like this before, but it's actually very, very powerful. So let me show you the trade I am in right now, and how I actually use the VWAP to actually take the trade. So first of all, I bought around here. On Friday. The reason I bought S&P 500 on Friday was because of the fact that I know that US and China are going to have meeting, which is a kind of positive improvement on based on this tariff of the thing. So I expect this jump up, and that is what made me trade this way. So this one is not based on technical actually, because as you can see, this is a resistance here, and I'm buying. Look at where I bought. That not even break out when I bought. So this one is based on global, based on fundamental. So, but I put okay, I put extra position on Nasdaq because I also bought Nasdaq here. So when this pullback happened here, on this pullback, and this quick rejection is happening, I took another position here. My stop loss is where you see these things. This particular thing is where my stop loss is for the second position, and then I'm already in profit actually. But let's see how that goes. But the bottom line is the second position is based on uh, this VWAP this VWAP movement. So basically, this is what I want to show you regarding this particular tool. It's actually very powerful.